Morning everybody, Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Got another shave of the day, and today we're going to be using Pharoah's Dreamsicle from Stirling. Yep, if you like something that smells orangey with a little bit of spiciness to it, there you go. This is the good stuff. Like it. Obviously Stirling's probably what I consider my favorite of the soap bases, so on the basis that they work. Alright, so we're going to be using the Merkur 34C. I had to think for a second which one this was. Merkur 34C with Astra blades. This is the fourth use. I had to think there too. Like, ooh. And move all this stuff out of the way here. Then we'll follow up with Pharoah's Dreamsicle Splash. Yes, I have the matching splash. Yes, Justin, I have the splash. So how's your day going? Mine's like, it's like, a little stiff in the neck though. Otherwise, not too bad. It's like last night, I was watching, what the heck is that show? Discovery of Witches. It's on Netflix. I was watching it, and I finished the episode. I was watching, and I was like, do I want to watch another one? Nah. And then I was like on my phone. Next thing I was like, I fell asleep, and so my neck's got a kink in it. So, yeah, it's like a little stiff. Smells good though. I don't know how many of you have tried Pharoah's Dreamsicle. So if you're into more of a fruity scent, citrus base, this stuff's for you. Kind of reminds me of back in the day when you had the Orange Julius little stores. Found them in every mall in America, it seemed like. Now that malls are pretty much dying thing. We got, let's see, 3 malls left in the city. And they're all about half full of stores. The other half are just boarded up. What used to be stores. Anchor stores are gone for the most part. It's like at one time, it's like the one mall that was on the south side, it had Ward's on one side and Sears on the other, and JCPenney in the middle. They're no longer. It's like, as soon as those stores disappeared, it's like the mall just dried up and died. So they converted it into an open air mall, got rid of half of the storefronts. And now they just have a Kmart. What used to be the food court is now just parking lot for Kmart. They just tore most of it down. And it used to be the most popular one. We had one mall that was just over here on the north side. And it's completely tore down now. Gone. Just a big open lot. The only thing, heck, is there even, it's like on the west side of the lot, well, there was a Tires Plus and a Firestone. I don't even think those are there anymore. Just an open air area. I don't go driving by that much area anymore. And the middle north side, we had a Merle Hay Mall. We used to have Sears, JCPenney's, Montgomery Ward, and Von Maur were the anchor stores, and they're all gone. The Wards became Target. Did I say it was, the other one was Kmart? The south side one is a Target. We used to have just a Kmart just, 3 minutes away from us, and that got closed. And we had hang on a second, someone's up. Well, I'm back. It was the mailman. It's like big old stack of packages. It's like, Okay, all right. I'll take them. Yeah, my son got a bunch of stuff coming in. Yeah, it's like my son, 30 years old, still living with us, even though he spends most of his time not here. Kind of like the same thing I do when I was in my early 20s. Pretty much all I did was sleep at home. That was it. Before I went to the university. But yeah, he's getting into a new game. So he ordered a bunch of stuff. Come in. Which is a sore point with the wife. It's like, why are you spending more money on this? Because I want to do it. Not married. Well, he's living at home. He's got all this disposable cash that him and his girlfriend spend time doing. He's getting his girlfriend into gaming too. So I think I don't know if it's a new. I think some of it might have been they're getting more. They bought a bunch of like PS1s and 2s, game consoles, Nintendo, old Nintendo, and they're collecting up old cartridges and stuff for those games. They haven't got into the Atari yet, but that's my thing. I still got my old Atari set from back in the 80s. I spiked dead ahead. Big old blob of lather went into the sink. Yeah, it's like when I was in high school, gosh, it would have been, actually, 1980 would have been that was my freshman year. I got an Atari set. Still, and had all the cartridges and everything of all the games that we got over the years. And they came out with a new improved console. Gosh, that would have been 85, 86, somewhere in there. So I bought a new one. That's what I had at the university. One of those things where have our morning classes, come back for lunch, and then during the lunch hour before we had to go to class again if I had to study for a new test or something. We'd sit around in my room because I had a 32-inch TV, which was huge. Because, I worked, went to the junior college and community college, and lived at my parents, so I had disposable cash, similar to what my son has. So I bought a big ass 32-inch TV for gaming purposes. And we'd sit in my dorm room, sitting around and playing. Guys would come in, hey, let's play! Yeah. The big one was Millipede. Man, people loved Millipede. Like, can we play Millipede? Oh yeah, I loved it. He used to be really good at it. It reminds me of that movie Pixels, where the aliens come in and are using video games to invade Earth. You had to get all the championship gamers from the early days to fight the aliens invasion. Hilarious movie. Those were the days, huh? A lot of you guys might be younger. Some of us are older. I was like right on the verge of when I was in junior high school. That's when Atari really hit the market and took off. It was like my friend Wayne, he got one, so we'd spend all the time over at his house and playing. And we got one, and lots of fights ensued, because when you got 5 brothers, They all want to play, so they would fight over it. And cause arguments and everything. They got in arguments over the stupid football game. Oh my God. They'd get in a knockdown, drag out. It was like someone would score a touchdown on one of them, and then they'd start beating on each other, and my dad would get pissed. And this was all happening. It's like I'd be at work, you know, because I was working 40 hours a week, going to school. So really the only free time I had was on the weekends. And then I'd come home and it's like, where the heck is my Atari? I took that. Like, why? Well, your brothers were fighting. I'm like, okay, can I have it back for me? It's mine. It's like, no, you don't get it for a week. I'm like, seriously, this is mine. What the hell? I had a foot locker, you know, your typical Army foot locker, and it had a padlock on it, and I kept the key with me so I would lock it away. So it's like, it's bad when you got to lock away your game console so they wouldn't fight. A sad day. And I would take it. It's like my wife to be. She had her own TV too in the dorm room, and I'd take it up with me. And I thought about buying a new one at the time and just had one with her, but she had one. She had an old Atari set too that was kept at the family house where she grew up. It was mostly her brothers, but she would play. She liked Pitfall and Frogger, those kind of games where you had to. Those were her style. We were always like Defender and Millipede, Centipede, Space Invaders. I don't know how many of you had the old game consoles. One thing I never did get into was I went from Atari to computer games. I remember my father-in-law, he bought a computer, it's been about 85, they bought a personal computer. And he got into playing computer games. He was in his 50s at the time, late 50s, about my age now. Or no, he'd been in his early 50s. This is my wife and I were started. She was 18 when we started dating, so that would have been, let's see. 49. Yeah, he would have been 49 when we first started dating. He was a young guy. He died at 65 of a heart attack, coronary. Never took care of himself. But my mother-in-law, she is 80, it's gonna be 87. Wow. Yeah, my dad is 84. A little bit of cleanup here. But yeah, kind of miss those days. We were the group, you know, the youngsters of the day, that prime time when it come into playing video games at home. But like I said, it's like about 1990 I got into, I went from playing Atari to playing computer games. Still do. not much of a console guy. It's like, did play, got into Xbox when it come out, because we got an Xbox, played that, really good at it. Back in the days when a lot of it was player driven, where one was Bad Company, where your rank was determined by how well you did per hour, and man, that was a general. Tells you kind of, it's like most people, the best they ever got was captain or major, and I was running around as a general because I just own people. Got that fast twitch, quick reaction. My son would get on, play as on my account, and knock me down to like Colonel or something, and I'd have to get back on and work hard to get my rank back up. Owning noobs. There was a group of us that would play, would get on, and we're all either military or former military. We'd go in, use tactics and comms. Predecessors of it was bad. It's like, I think we're done. Ooh, one little spot right there. Right where my damaged face. Where did I? A lot of you probably heard it. There's a few new people on the channel. Never go face first into a tree. Bad news. It'll get relived here sooner or later. You'll hear a complete story, but yeah, bad news. Ah, all right. Alrighty. So this video is going to be spliced, because I'll cut out the most of the break of the what do you call it? Mailman showing up with a bunch of packages. One's a pretty big one too. One is like huge, like heavy. I'm like, is there a full console in that thing or something? It's like, that's what I'm thinking is in there, is a brand new console that they purchased from someplace. You can go to these refurbished sites and buy these things. Pharoah's Dreamsicle. Come out there. A little more. There we go. Ooh. A little bit of stinging. Especially in my neck. Well, here. Not bad though. We'll live with it. We're good. Alright. Pharoah's Dreamsicle from Stirling. Good stuff. Alright, so that's the shave of the day, everybody. Oh, forgot. There are a few individuals that do use my affiliate link. I burned through with the last giveaway, week and a half ago. I used the last $25 I had on that thing, and I'm basically down to like $1 or something. So it's, well, to determine when the next giveaway will be for the channel, because I got to build that back up. So use the affiliate link to the razor company, and a little bit of kickback goes back, and that's what we use for giveaways. All right. Shave Day, everybody, was brought to you by Stirling's Pharoah's Dreamsicle. Man, I love the scent of this stuff. It makes you happy. Then we had the fourth use of the Astra blades with the Merkur 34C. Got it right that time. There we go. All right, so that's Shave Day, everybody. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.